Okay, so today we're going to have a parent-infant session with Reese. But the objectives we're going to go over today are language expansion, sabotage, and then turn taking. So the child will imitate words and voice once provided with a model by either me or you as a parent, in sign or voice. And then the child will spontaneously ask the parent or grad student in voice for assistance when provided with a challenging situation with sabotage. So we'll keep an object from him or put it out of reach, and he'll have to ask for assistance. Then the third objective that we're going to work on today is the child will answer and ask questions in voice pertaining to a book once prompted by the parent and or grad student in sign or voice, which I know he's probably not going to ask questions, but we'll see how far we can push him today.
Okay.
And then today during the activities, I just need you to lengthen the child's utterances, and I will help prompt you. I'll give you different questions to ask him, different ways to ask him, if he seems like he's not comprehending the question that has been posed. And then the parent will also provide the child with materials or items once he has requested it, or at least done something to showcase that he wants the object that you are holding. And then the parent will answer and ask questions in sign or voice pertaining to a book after prompting by the child or by me. So, and we'll go into those more in depth. So, language expansion, if you want to turn to the parent-infant program, it's a couple pages into the packet. There you go. Yeah. So these are just some examples of activities that can be done. These are not the exact ones we're going to do today, but it just gives you kind of an explanation of each objective. So language expansion is pretty much when, like, implementing this strategy. An activity is like making sure you're following your child's lead. Don't take charge, just kind of go with the flow with this one. And you're going to talk about topics that are pertaining to his interests. So you wouldn't talk about something that's on our level. We would talk about animals or colors or something like that helps him correspond in the conversation. And we can also talk about stuff that's happening in his environment that will help keep the activity moving smoothly. So, for example, like if you were folding laundry and he said sock, you would just expand that utterance and say, yes, that's the left sock, or yes, that's an orange sock. Just put a descriptor word with it, something just to lengthen it from a one-word utterance. And then sabotage. So with this strategy, it's just withholding materials from him or putting it out of reach or giving it to him in an incorrect way. So then he has to fix a mistake or he has to ask for assistance to get the materials needed. So one example would be him seeing a book up on the shelf and he can't reach it, but he's saying book, and you would say, oh, you want that book? Okay, we'll say daddy. And then he says daddy, and then you provide it to him. So it's just keeping it out of reach until he provides you with the verbal explanation that you're wanting. And then the very last one that we will work on today is turn taking. Turn taking is a strategy of asking the child a question or making a statement, and then modeling that you need to just wait just in case the other person in the conversation wants to have a turn to respond or to talk in the conversation. So this strategy also models for the kid to show them that waiting and giving the other person more time helps conversations run smoothly, and it also shows respect to the other participants in the conversation. So, and then an example of that is if your child said baby and was playing with a baby, and you came up and was like, oh, what's the baby doing? And he said, baby hungry. You're like, oh, do you want to feed the baby? And he said, yes. So it's just like you guys taking turns in a conversation and you waiting to giving him wait time to respond to your statement or your question. So
Awesome.
okay, and then we'll move on to the activities.